Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is 3-Chord Dave and today we're going to talk about PRS and what they have just announced across their ranges for the year 2022. Yes folks, we're going to talk about PRS in just a moment, but first don't forget I'm giving away a guitar. One of these. It's a Epiphone SG Special P90s in faded pelham blue. You can have the other color, but why would you? This is honestly one of the best guitars to come out in the last 5 or so years. I absolutely love mine. You're going to love yours. And all you got to do is make sure you're subscribed. Hit the notification bell. Choose all notifications. And the reason you're doing that is because we do 3-Chord Dave live every single Saturday, 10 p.m. Irish time. You want to take part in that this week and maybe next week because it's going to be when we give the guitar away on 3-Chord Dave live. What we're going to do is have like a quiz and you'll get some hints and tips for how to answer the quiz questions in the next couple of weeks on the live stream and in the actual videos during the week. So make sure you watch the videos all the way through for the next couple of weeks to get the tips. And what we're going to do is have a night where we just give away the guitar and hopefully just by being subscribed, you will win that guitar. So I look forward to seeing you then. And let's talk about PRS. So yeah, PRS announced a fairly popular guitar in an SE version just a couple of days ago. We're going to get in, we'll talk a little bit about that in a few moments, but before that there's some other guitars came out at the same time. Kind of people glossed over them. So here we go. So you got the PRS SE 2408 Standard. This is a very significant guitar because it's a very cool guitar and it's cheaper and it's got some nice features. So let's talk about them. So first of all, price of this guitar, 699 euros. Very good pricing considering. It's got a mahogany body, a maple neck, and there's a rosewood fretboard. Very nice to have rosewood on there for 699. These have TCI S pickups, and these are humbucking pickups, but they say to give a true single coil tone. And that's because they have these two mini toggle switches to truly split the coils, and you can then apparently get true single coil sounds, and then they have some way of mixing them and matching them and all that sort of stuff, and you get 8 tonal varieties altogether. Of course, 2408 stands for 24 frets and 8 pickup varieties, choices, combinations. So, you know, creative genius at work right there with the naming of this, but there you go. This guitar comes in 2 flavors. You got Tobacco Sunburst, which I think actually looks fantastic, and then you got Translucent Blue, which isn't translucent, but is blue. So good job right there. So that was the first thing. Now the 2408 continued in the announcements with the S2. Now the S2 is an American-made lineup of guitars, but this is the 2408 Custom, available in a lot more colors with mahogany body, maple neck, but also a maple top, so they look a little bit fancier and nicer. And also I think some nicer color choices as well, which make it just a little bit more appealing. Now these ones have 8515S pickups in them, but again 24 frets and the same kind of switching between the single coils and humbucking sounds and all that sort of stuff. So just a higher grade of guitar here for the 2408. As I said, there's SE customs were released last year. This is now the S2 customs, been updated to that. I think these look great. If you're in the market for an absolutely beautiful PRS guitar, this might be the one for you if you're looking for American made. Now, do you want to see something sexy? Because PRS just dropped something on us and it's pretty flippin' cool. I absolutely love this guitar, but I know I won't be picking one up and I'll tell you why in just a moment. This is an Orianthi private stock, absolutely gorgeous custom 24. This guitar was essentially first made in 2017 as a private artist build, a one-off for Orianthi herself. And they've decided to do a private stock run. You can order this guitar now, from now up until the 31st of December this year. Orders will be taken right up until the 31st. However, there's no limit on how many orders can be placed. We could all order one and like millions of them could be made. Although it's very unlikely because a private stock guitar starts around 12,000 euros. 10 to 12,000 I think is the cheapest you're going to get. This one is definitely not going to be the cheapest. As you can see, it looks absolutely stunning. And it's got some very nice features. Keeping many of the original specs of the artist build, you have a mahogany body and neck, you've got a rosewood fretboard, and you have a figured maple top. As you'd expect, it has a 5-way selector switch, and it's selecting between 5815 pickups. The fretboard inlays are lotus vine. It's a very beautiful design, I gotta say, and the inlays are made of pink mussel and mother of pearl. Looks amazing, doesn't it? So they're saying that the inlay design is similar to the Tree of Life that PRS have used before, but also was inspired by a pen that Orianthi sent the private stock team. It's a pen. Fantastic. Anyway, it looks great. So who am I to complain? Then the cool thing about this as well, the finish. The private stock Orianthi Custom 24 comes in a blooming lotus glow, which fades outwards. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Pricing, of course, is not revealed, but you have to contact your PRS dealer. Which sounds a little bit like your drug dealer. And I agree, because who can stop purchasing these things? But it's a beautiful guitar. And listen, there's a lot of stuff coming from PRS. I'd love to know your thoughts on the 3 guitars we've talked about here so far. The Orianthi, I think, is beautiful. If they had an affordable version, I would buy it. I think it's great. The S2 2408, absolutely beautiful as well. It comes in some great colors, as you saw as we went through those. And I just think the standard 2408 gives a lot of possibilities. I think the Tobacco Sunburst is actually pretty cool looking as well. But it's not the only thing that PRS announced this week. As we knew, the Silver Sky SE edition was coming, and it did. It dropped on Tuesday, and everybody lost their marbles. So with Silver Sky pricing, it's weird. We got it right, and we got it wrong. So the pricing in the US was $849. That's what I said it would be in my video last week. But the pricing in the UK and Europe doesn't match at all. In fact, it's way out. So in Europe, we're going to have to pay 899 euros. Ridiculous if you think about the exchange rates and so forth. And then when it came to the UK, you guys are going to have to pay 799 of your British pounds. And that's ridiculous as well, because those prices just don't add up. Exchange rates and delivery and all that sort of stuff doesn't really make up for an extra $300 by the time everything is added on. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But still, people are buying this Silver Sky SE in huge quantities already. Huge hit for PRS, as we expected it to be. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they come out with in the SE lineup. But also, don't forget, next week PRS are having a fireside chat, or just a chat, I don't know, whether there will be a fire included or not, but there will be a thing on the PRS website where they're going to talk about their guitars. These will be mentioned. There will be new stuff as well. Just expect a lot more from PRS next week. I think we're going to see some very, very cool stuff. And tell me, guys, what do you think of PRS and their announcements this week? I personally think they've done a great job. Some very cool things to dip into our wallets for. And yeah, it's going to be a rough couple of weeks for my wallet, I think. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking of. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you're at 3 Chord Dave Live on Saturday, because we're getting very close to giving away that guitar. So to make sure you don't miss it. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.